Still, he's trying to convert me from the foam crew over to the rinseless gang.
Colorado, I'd rather have guys' weather. Okay.
Starting your business in the legal aspect, LLC, all the license you need. I went through a company called InkFile when I started mine. I want to say it was around $400 to $500, and they take care of all the paperwork that you need, all the legal forms. They get you all set up with your EIN number that you need for your business bank account. I think they might have been bought out by another company called Busy now.
There's also, I went through Zen Business.
It's
endorsed by Mark
there's
Cuban.
another one.
It's a good one, yeah. They took care of everything. I just paid a fee.
Yeah.
They even file like your paperwork for you. So there's a bunch of stuff that you have to do state to state.
I'm gonna throw in the readers just so I can see these messages here.
What up, guys? Juice Free. Zaz says, what up from North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Bro, you so rinseless royalty material. Why you hang with the soap This guy's crazy.
Yeah. He's all about the rinseless.
Dude, rinseless is good, but
in certain situations. Yeah. I like the foam show too.
It's fun,
You're spraying the foam around, gets people's attention. Next thing you know, you get a little crowd gathering around.
Oh, let me answer this one.
Mm-hmm.
You started messing around on Duda after it was mentioned. Yeah, that was me that mentioned it. Is it worth moving my Square site or just to keep what I have? I recommend Duda. I don't like any other thing. I think Wix is outdated. I don't really like
use Wix.
Well, I know you use Wix and you have a good website,
Yeah.
but it's really easy to make a bad website. I think Duda is like up and coming, just like the school platform, and I think that it's going to be something that most people start to use. It's really user friendly. So I would suggest switching, to be honest with you. I prefer a hybrid. Yeah. Soap is good in certain situations. And rinseless is like the time that Jeff couldn't pressure wash the semi-trucks.
I just rinseless washed 2 semi-trucks last week. I still prefer to foam them any day.
It's a time saver, man.
Yeah. Well, you need them for heavy equipment like that, too, man.
100%. What up, Zaz? Precision Auto Detailing LLC. I like the name.
How's business in North Carolina? Getting snow out there? Detail code.
Is that Josh? What is Loki?
I don't know. Loki. What's Loki?
Like the god of mischief? Loki? I still use a pressure washer and APC. That's the way to do it, man. There's no soap. Oh, you don't use soap at all. Proxima, what up?
What's good, Proxima?
Trouble getting customers. I'm new to the industry. You want to answer that? From Rommel Sanchez.
Yeah, I've talked to Rommel a couple times in here. How new to the industry are you, Rommel? Are you like brand new, just getting in? Give me a timeline of how long you've been in business.
What do you think about Sonax for polishing?
Sonax is good. It fills in the scratches and swirls. It leaves a nice shine to it. About a month. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna take some time, Rommel. In that first month, I wouldn't expect too much. Just get out and if you've got a wrap on your vehicle or signage, try to get out in the community, get seen. Even if you're just washing, friends and family's cars out there, it's all about getting out there, getting seen. Make sure your Google page is dialed in, all the info's on there. Start working on your social media, posting some high quality pics of some of the jobs that you're doing. I don't know if you have a website yet, but you want to make sure that's dialed in with your SEO as well. It takes time, man. It takes 9 months to make a baby. Can't do it in a month.
Jeff is a family friend of mine, and I'm now working for him. So no, he's not my dad.
His son. Oh, son.
Oh, Sonny.
No, so Coram is going to be my director of operations. He's going to be helping me with the build out of the new Legends school community that we're getting ready to launch here pretty soon, as well as helping me on the detail side of things and kind of like a right-hand man for me. So I guess I could call him son now.
I've never used Jobber. I feel like it's kind of an extra thing. I'm sure it can be good, but I feel like it's kind of something that's like, you don't really need it. I mean, most detailers like us, we're not going to be busy enough to have to use Jobber. You know, I feel like that's more for people with a shop.
How's Las Vegas? Is it hot every day? This time of year, it's usually freezing cold in the morning, like 30 degrees, and by noon it's up in the 50s. So I definitely wouldn't classify it as hot just yet. It doesn't really start to get hot till around like April, May. It starts warming back up again, and then by summer it's scorching.
Somebody said low-key rinseless that foams. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one yet either. I have to check that out.
I'm almost finished with it soon. Okay. What kind of setup do you have? Is it out of a van? Is it a trailer? Is it out of a vehicle? I work in a shop, but we do more than just detailing and paint correction. Do you guys do like body work as well? Do you spray cars, do clear coat and stuff like that? I used to work at a shop like that as well. Okay, out of a truck, out of the bed of a truck.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. I get a lot of messages and pictures of the setup, so I'm just trying to recall what it looked like.
Beginner chemicals. I'm starting out off a Tesla Model Y.
Working out of a Tesla Model Y?
I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So beginner chemicals, what would you recommend?
I mean, I would go with PNS for the interior, PNS Express. I mean, can't go wrong with that. You can use it on pretty much everything in the interior except the glass. You're going to probably want some Green Star APC. You can use that for both exterior and interior. Get a good foam soap. Just the basic, you don't really need a ton of different chemicals when you're just getting started. Start off with your core essentials.
Tesla, I don't know about that. Automotive repair, restoration, performance, upgrade, security, pretty much everything automotive. Okay. Used to paint and body. There's good money in painting, man. A lot. I told Jeff I'm going to call him soon for advice.
Yeah. Give me a call. Not tonight, though. During the day.
You guys need to get hip to the school, man. Jeff, I'm in your live. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, so the way that I look at that is a wrap is a one-time spend, right? You're gonna spend a couple grand on it, but it's something that's gonna keep providing you with new leads, new customers for life, right? Versus like ads where you're going to have to keep consistently putting more money into ads over and over again. When you stop putting the money into the ads, you're gonna, the customers will dry up as well. So personally, me, I like to go with more of the organic route with those one-time spends on wraps. A good website, it's something that you're definitely going to need. You have to think long-term on this stuff, so you can't go wrong with your website and a good solid wrap for your van or your trailer.
Juice, send us a picture of it on Instagram. We're not going to screen share right now, but we'll look at it like privately right now and let you know. Hard to find spot-free water in Florida. Yeah, it's hard to find it in a lot of places. California and Vegas are like the only two places that I have seen that actually offer it. But yeah, Juice, send us a message on Instagram on the Top Star page. Send us a picture. We'll look at it. Too many current regulations on paint. That's weird. I used to do it in Tennessee. I don't know about the regulations there. Cali is so local. Local to us? Yeah, it's what, 4 hours away?
Depending on what part you're going to, yeah. There we go. Here's
all right. Juice, send us a picture.
He didn't send a picture yet. He just followed.
Go to your messages. And then go to Did he request? No.
Yeah.
He's still looking. Cali is so local, no like the water. I'm confused what that means. Did he mean to say loco?
Here's juice for you here.
Yo.
All right, Juice, we're waiting for your pick.
Price point is good for beginners in terms of detailing packages. Is that what you're talking about?
I got a photo from Essential Detailing.
Yes. Okay, hold on. We're going to slow down a little bit. So what's a good price point for beginners to offer packages? Talk about lowballing.
So a lot of it's going to depend on your setup too, right? I mean, if you're just working out of the back of a truck with a couple of buckets and a sponge, you don't really have much equipment, it's going to be hard to charge like that high level pricing. People just aren't going to see you as that high level detailer just yet. So a lot of it's going to depend on your setup, what kind of reviews you have. I don't know what market you're in either, so that would kind of determine the pricing. When you're new, I would say kind of take a look at some of the other detailers in your area, average out the pricing, and then, you know, if you're just getting started, you maybe want to come in somewhere in the mid range to low range, depending on your setup and your reviews and what kind of work you're doing. Just don't go in too low because it's hard to break out of that low price point. Once you get started on those really cheap details, it's hard to break out of that cycle, and you don't make enough to really reinvest back into the business.
Personally, what I did was when I was in Dallas, I looked at all of the people around me, what their pricing was, and I kind of wedged myself somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? But I knew that I was good going in already, so.
Yeah. So we got a pick from Juice
out of the back of
that
looks like a 60-gallon water tank with a rigid wet and dry.
A couple of reels in there, and an air compressor. Not a bad setup for.
Where does he keep all
trunk of a car?
Chemicals and microfibers.
Assuming bins in the back seat, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Juice, what kind of car is that? It's a Tesla. What is that?
Yeah, he said it was a Tesla, I think.
Yeah.
What is the ideal trailer size?
I have a 5x10. I think it's the perfect size. I wouldn't go any larger than that, or it's going to be too big and kind of a pain getting in and out of certain areas, unless you're more rural, maybe. But 5x10, you can fit everything you need in there and still have plenty of space to get in and walk around. You could probably get by with a 5x8 too, depending on what kind of setup you're running. But personally, I think 5x10 is ideal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5x8 would be fine. What kind of work do you like to do? Do you like to do paint corrections and coatings, interior, nightmare details?
Just the name Nightmare Details. I don't think anyone really enjoys nightmare details.
I feel like I kind of do.
Do?
But
guess what, buddy? You just volunteered to do all the nightmare details. Then while I'm doing all the Rolls Royces and Porsches and Ferraris, you're going to be doing the nightmare details.
I feel like I like doing it, but it's got to be like the only car I do that day. You know, like I gotta spend a good amount of time.
I did a nightmare detail today. Actually,
you did.
On a Toyota Highlander that was absolutely saturated with husky hair and hadn't been detailed, I don't think, ever.
I like paint correction and ceramic coating. That's my jam.
I like paint correction and ceramic coatings. I wouldn't want to do it every single day just because it does wear out. Hold on, I got to knock at my door. I'll be right back. Corbin will entertain you guys in the meantime.
Okay, let's see. Thank you guys for all the info. No problem, Robert. What do you recommend to do faded matte black wheels? Faded matte black wheels? Let them be. I don't know. I sent a video. It's a 26-gallon water tank. Okay, so how many cars do you get out of that? 26 gallons, that's not a lot. This guy's asking, what do you recommend to do to faded matte black wheels? I don't really have an answer for him.
There's a product that I was using. I'm trying to think. I think I got it in my storage room.
Is it the Mothers?
No.
Okay. I'm starting soon, so I want to know it's a good package that customers love. I mean, that's a hard question, man.
Secret product. for the faded black wheels. I don't know if you can see this on here. Where's the camera?
It's right there.
Yeah, so I use this. It's original bike spirits. It's for motorcycles, but I use that on the faded black rims, and it works like really well. So check that out when you get a chance. I think I get this on Amazon. Good stuff.
I know some guys that for some reason do all the disaster nightmare shit, not me. Scoof, it's on my page, like 3 or 4 cars. That's a lot. I have a 65 gallon in the current setup that I'm running now.
He's doing rinseless. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's only filling up probably like a bucket of water each time. You could probably do 26 cars out of that. You know, I don't know.
Best phrase from my customer. My car ain't that bad. Yeah, and then you get there and you're like,
no. That was I don't know if you guys realized too, that was actually the call I took when I was on the podcast with Josh V. Was the detail that I actually did today with the husky hair. And the guy, when I took the call, he's like, it's not that bad. And then you get there and yeah, it's that bad.
Chris, let us know if that answered your question. Proxima wants to know how the Coach Kemi seminar went. Anything good?
Yeah, it's really good. I would highly recommend it if you haven't had a chance to check that out. A lot of great training with that, with the chemicals, dilution ratios, how the pH scale works with everything, acidic, alkaline, you know. And then they also go into the business side of training as well. So there's some really good stuff in there. And it's a great way to kind of network and meet some of the other detailers out there too.
PJ Jose, Green Star, super clean sucks.
Yeah, I like Green Star.
My 5th car I did, I charged $50. I regretted it. It was trash. Yeah, it's too low.
It's one of those learning lessons that you just kind of need to go to when you're first getting started, and then you adjust accordingly.
Hey, this guy asked a question that I just asked you like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the convertible top.
Yeah, those are tricky.
Yeah, so with the convertible tops, if it's a soft top, you want to avoid leaving the soap on there because it will leave like stains if you leave it on there too long. So I just usually use a pressure washer from a distance. Don't get too close to it because it can damage the top. And then the pressure washer will usually just get it as clean as you need it, and then I towel it off later. What was the second part? We start with that first, or is it the wheels? So I foam the car. I try to avoid foaming the top, but if you do get some foam on there, just rinse that first before you start working on the rest of the car.
Okay. And there's also like dedicated convertible cleaners, like soft top convertible cleaners that are safe that you can use. So look into some of those. He's just describing what kind of setup he has. 50-foot pressure washer reel, that's good. 50-foot air hose.
Yeah, I'm surprised all that stuff fit in the trunk.
I know. What does your current product lineup consist of? Do you only use certified coatings? No.
No. I don't really believe in going through the whole, if you mean like the ones you have to get certified for, I'm assuming that's what you mean on that. My go-to for the coatings is Geon, the Mohs Evo Synchro 2. I have used a few of the other ones, but I get really good results with that. It's easy to put on, lasts really long. I've used it on my personal vehicle, so I can say that I got almost 5 years out of the last one, and that was with the vehicle being outside a lot of the time too.
PJ Jose says, got it. Yeah, Green Star all day, bro. Yeah, it's tough. My dad is always telling me about they won't want to come back, and it's stressing me out. Why? Because you're doing $50 details. I would think that they would want to come back because the prices are so low. If you're doing good quality of work, just spray the cleaner on the wheels and buff out and leave on. Definitely going to try it out. So what's your process?
You spray it on and wipe it off. So don't just spray it on there and leave it on there. You have to wipe it off with a separate towel later, and it'll leave like a nice shine to it. Works great on motorcycles too. Like, I don't detail a whole lot of motorcycles, but I noticed when I was first starting off and I did a couple motorcycles and I was trying to figure out like what product you know are you even supposed to use on motorcycles. And then I had another guy that was detailing his motorcycle all the time, and he turned me on to that, and it works great on just about every part of the motorcycle, as well as those matte black rims too, the faded ones.
Even as a new detailer, do you still sing prices similar to competitors around me? I do. I think that,
So
yeah, go ahead.
again, it's going to depend on your setup, right? When you say new detailer, I don't know what your setup's like. I don't know what your reviews are like. What I would recommend is find out what the other detailers are charging in your area. Try to get an average, and then when you're just getting started off, you don't want to come in at the top of the market because you're probably not going to get the amount of calls and business if you're competing with direct competitors that are high-level detailers that have been doing it a while, that have substantially more reviews than you. Most of the time, customers are going to look at that Google page. They're going to check out your reviews. And if you have 4 reviews and the other person has 120, they're going to go with the one that has 120. So you do have to kind of price accordingly. I'm not saying don't come in with the $40, $50 details because it's just not worth your time and energy on that. But find out what the sweet spot is for your market. A lot of it will depend on the market that you're in too.
Okay. So he's basically saying he thinks that the customers are not going to come back if he charges more than others.
More than what others? Like when you say others, all the other details? If you're the most expensive one out there, then you better be putting out really high quality work, have built up your brand to where you can get those kind of prices. Otherwise, they probably won't come back, or they just won't book you at all. If they're booking you the first time at those prices, the only reason they wouldn't come back is because you're not doing good work and you're not providing a good customer experience. So
yeah, first is right. That's a good rag top. PNS full level, or sorry, PNS full send itself levels. Okay. Tires and plastic as well. You're looking to get a steamer, Wagner. Dude, any steamer's going to do the job, man. I've never had a bad steamer. I have a Wagner right now.
I've got a Wagner. I've got a Wagner too. It wasn't that expensive, and it works fine for me.
Don't undervalue yourself. Too many people price it way too cheap. That's very true.
Yep.
And then you get cheap people. Exactly. You want to attract higher end customers. That's how Topstar built his brand. What if somebody doesn't pay after agreeing to the package?
I have their keys. So when I'm detailing a car, I have the keys to the car. So, don't turn over the keys until you get paid. But I've never had that issue. So, I mean, it's an agreement that, hey, I'm going to do the detail for me. You agree on the price before, and you do a walkthrough with the customer at the end and make sure that they're happy. If they're not, then you find out what they're not happy with and you fix it before you go. And then you give them the keys and they give you the money and you're good to go.
And usually we don't ever accept payment until after the detail's done.
Yeah.
And then, if somebody refuses to pay then that's a whole new problem,
Shouldn't happen.
No. Thank you guys for being so open and supportive. Of course, that's what we're here for. I'm saying, what if I start and I'm stuck with low paying customers and it's hard because you want to grow?
You have to start somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the goal is to get into it, get started. And again, I still don't know what your setup is, how you're doing as far as reviews go and everything, but you got to get started and then reinvest the money back into the business. You got to continue leveling up and growing your business, keep getting those reviews. I was doing price increases every 6 months. So I would go up 10% every 6 months. The way to figure out when to raise your prices is when you're booked out, right? So once you get to a point where you're starting to book out like 4 or 5 days in advance, a week in advance at your current prices, then you can get away with bringing your prices up like 10%. If you're struggling to get business at the current price you're at, then it's kind of hard to raise prices. You're either not putting out that good quality work or you just haven't built up your reputation and your brand enough yet.
I think that one thing that detailers don't understand when they're trying to start their own business is how much money you actually have to keep investing into the business. Because if you're just taking your paycheck home and you're spending it and you're just getting the same product, you're never going to grow. You know what I mean? Like Jeff is constantly reinvesting his money into Topstar for better equipment, for higher quality stuff so that we can put out better work, basically. Okay. Pre-inspection of vehicle, customer signs the inspection, and then they pay after that. But you're in a shop though.
Yeah, in a shop, you might want to go that route. Mobile, I'm not carrying around contracts and all that stuff. The lower the barriers for people, the less headaches. And it's not really an issue if you address it at the beginning with the customer. I always ask them, I say, is there any particular areas of concern that you want me to focus on? If there's a specific like stain or something like that, they're going to tell you that there's something that stands out for them. Or if they just say, no, just kind of the normal detail. And, it's an implied agreement that if you're going to do the detail, they're going to pay the amount that you agreed to. I've never had an issue with that ever.
Mm-hmm. For me, Juice, personally, it's not that I don't like rinseless. It's that I'm so used to using my formula, and I'm really fast with doing that. I don't really feel like learning a whole new thing. Like, I know how to do rinseless, but in order to get really efficient at it, I feel like I'd have to take a certain amount of time, put that aside to focus on that, and I'm just not willing to do that. I've never really seen better results with rinseless than I have with the method that I use. What up, Julian? How you doing, bro? No problem. Is it Artyom? Isn't that Russian? It's a Russian name, I think, if that's how you say it. The contract also gives you permission to hold car as collateral. So yeah, that's something good to do in a shop.
Keys,
especially.
Again, I did the same thing with the keys.
Ooh, this is a good one. What's the number one advice that you would give that you would recommend to a beginner?
Yeah, just don't give up. If you're going to go into the business, just have the mindset of it's going to be a lot of work in the beginning. There's going to be struggles. You're going to run into roadblocks. You're going to have problems. It's just part of the business, right? So you kind of want to look at those problems not as a negative, but as a positive. Sometimes those problems can be a catalyst that can help you grow. You learn from those mistakes and those problems, and you keep pushing forward. And it's a grind. You have to really get through the beginning stages and power through that.
Mm-hmm. Anyone new like me should know this. Who you are as a person will reflect on your business. If you're negative with a negative attitude, your business will reflect that.
For sure.
He says customer expectations. Okay, so Scoofy, we're making a school. It's going to be super in depth. It's going to have literally everything that you ever could ask for to start your own detailing business, from top all the way to the bottom. And you guys are going to get in super, super cheap. We're making that right now. Give us a little bit more time. It should be out super soon.
Yeah, I'll post a video on it on YouTube once it's ready with all the details. It's going to be called the Legends Community. So stay tuned for info on that, but it's going to be really good stuff in there.
Okay, dude, I love watching your videos, Jeff. Thank you so much
for thank you for the support for the channel. Love making the videos for you guys.
Number one advice: get an air compressor.
Yeah, I mean, it comes in handy sometimes. It's not a must-have like a pressure washer, but it can definitely help out.
It's funny because me and Jeff kind of never use ours, but I don't know why. We're just not really used to having one, so also without sometimes asking customers. Any advice for those in Toronto? I think for my mobile detailing is only on the side, and I do unionize HVAC. But
it's going to be tough out there where you're dealing with freezing cold temperatures. It seems like it'd be almost like a seasonal thing, unless you have access to a shop. You got to have a heated space for that, either garage or shop or something.
Yeah, in the wintertime, bucket heaters. I don't even know with the amount of snow that you guys
so
get.
Cold out there. Yeah, I mean.
All right, CS. Thanks for tuning in, brother. We'll catch you next time, man. Have a good night. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, dude, we're working on it. It's gonna be awesome. Like, it's gonna be sweet. I literally listen to all your videos every morning on my way to work.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Thank you, Nick.
I've seen Nick, I think, in some of the comments too, and we've gone back and forth a little bit.
He said, Transformation says, I never use an air compressor, not needed. I do, however, use a blowgun and works just as well.
Yeah.
I think we already touched on our favorite ceramic coating. It's the Geon.
I go with Mo's Evo Synchro 2.
It's just solid, man. We don't really mess with anything else. I've seen a bunch of ads for like the sun drop stuff, but you got to get certified in that. It's just not worth it. Brushes and vacuums, exactly.
Yeah.
27 people in here. How long have we been going for? 35 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll jump off on a few here.
Yeah, we'll do about 5 to 10
a
more
few
minutes.
more questions.
Hey, Quincy, what's up, man? I'm doing a series starting March. I'm training and doing some free ones in March. You're doing a series. What does that mean? It's goofy. I don't know what that means.
Series starting March.
I mean, we all have air compressors. It's just, I don't know. I just rarely use it.
I use mine for like blowing out sometimes, out the vents and the hair and stuff like that. I use my air compressor a lot for tires, filling up the tires, my tire.
Oh, so he's filming his detailing series.
That's cool.
That'll be cool. We can watch that.
Yeah, make sure you let me know your YouTube, and we can give you a sub on there and keep up with your videos.
Think it's worth it to have your own deionized water at home?
I don't here. For me, it's just easy. I just get it from the shops. I also have a CR spotless system in my unit that can make its own spot-free water. But again, I don't use that unless I run out of water on site. How does that guy?
Well, he probably has an actual, like an air tool, like an air gun that you plug in, not an air compressor. Hey, let me know when you are coming to Cookie so I can meet you in person at H2O.
Yeah, that'd be good. I don't get out there very often anymore unless I need some major maintenance done on my setup.
Quincy says, have y'all guys ever did clear coats instead of ceramic coatings?
Nope.
What's the difference up in that land of clear coat out?
I'm not really sure.
What's going on? Y'all like your cash?
I like cash.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of a funny question. Use my air compressor models for. Oh, that's funny. You were using computer air compressors. Yeah. Compressed air to freeze gum and remove it from carpet. That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
I never thought about doing that.
That orange from Coach Kemi works really good for removing gum, or the tea works pretty well as well.
Kane, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, that was a great podcast.
Yep.
Josh V's a cool guy. I was watching your podcast. Very cool.
Anyone else got any questions before we jump off here?
Yeah, shoot them. Josh is good people. Stoked you guys did that.
Yeah, it was really cool talking with him.
So say you're doing a maintenance detail every week and you charge $70 in and out, but you get there and it is so dirty. Do you charge more?
My maintenance clients aren't usually dirty, so I don't know what they're doing in it to get it that dirty within a week. When you say so dirty, I mean, are they going off-roading with the vehicle, or are there kids in there like spilling stuff everywhere and trashing it? How does it get so dirty within a week?
What's a good, quick, professional response to someone that says your service is expensive?
I usually tell them, do you want cheap or do you want good? It just depends on what they're looking for, in a service. If they're just looking for cheap service, you can tell them to go down to Home Depot and you can get two guys down there to do your car for $20 with a bucket and a broom.
But I'm asking the layup. Well, Quincy, we don't spray cars. We just do ceramic coatings. So laying down a layer of clear coat after you spray a car, that's a whole different process. That's like
auto body type work.
Yeah, that's a refinish technician. That's not what we do. Quorum, SP. What's your quick background story? We're gonna do a video and we're gonna have like a little interview and I'll tell you guys all about how we met and everything. If I don't have a car to mobile detail it, but I want to start from home to try to get a car, how would I approach customers? Because I don't think people would want to drive to my location.
Yeah, most likely not. Or you're not going to be able to charge very much if you're trying to get them to drive to your location, because in that circumstance, they just drive to a shop if that were the case. I would say save up and get yourself a vehicle. Maybe work for another detailer in the meantime. Learn the business a little bit. Put some money aside until you can get a legit setup.
Favorite Koch chemical?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I like a lot of their stuff. I use Green Star all the time, pretty much on a daily basis. I use their heavy cut compound a lot for paint corrections. Probably.
I like active foam. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's good. I use the GSF gentle snow foam a lot in the summertime because it's pretty safe to use in the high heat situations.
What's a good shampoo for salt in cold weather?
Not too sure on that. We don't have salt out here in Vegas. They don't salt the roads because it doesn't snow. So I don't know if there's anyone else in the chat that would want to answer that. What's a good shampoo for salt in cold weather? I'm not really sure.
Favorite ceramic coating at the moment? Kane, again, it's the Geon.
Yeah, I don't think he was in the conversation on that. I use the Geon Mo's Evo Synchro 2. Mm-hmm. Do you work with car dealerships? I don't work with dealerships. Typically, they don't want to pay very much money for you to do the cars. That they have like a really small budget for that, and they're usually just looking for quick washes, which is something that I just don't do. It's not worth my time.
Quincy, no, I've never done that before. I wouldn't recommend doing it. I've worked in a shop where they actually do clear coat, and it's pretty easy to mess up. It's pretty easy to make look really bad. So I wouldn't recommend wiping on clear coat with a microfiber. Would you ever get Uber or Turo clients? I've had a few messages asking if we can clean their cars. He said I had to say no. What's your opinion on doing?
I've done a few for them. I get them sometimes if somebody throws up in their car. A lot of times they'll reach out to me where they're at the Uber company pays for up to a certain amount for them. I think I probably charge a little bit more than what they're willing to pay on it. So I have done one or two of those, but not very often.
Looking forward to more info on your school, on the Legend School. Will it be business and sales focused or mostly detailed process and techniques? Dude, it's going to have everything.
Yep.
Everything from, business and sales techniques to step-by-step detailing processes, chemicals, everything. Your story is inspirational. I watched your 2024 recap, and that was my favorite video of the year.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
I already answered that one, Quincy, for you. There's a product called road salt that you can use as a pre-wash. Okay, cool. Good tip. Thank you. What can I do to get you two fine young chaps on the side of Rinseless? We need more dude, come to Vegas and show us how to do it well, and maybe we'll consider it.
Yeah.
Do you think you can make a career out of car detailing? If so, do you think you can do it out of a truck, possibly a Tacoma?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys working out of a truck, out of the back of their trucks with really nice setups, actually. And you can definitely make a career out of car detailing. I don't know if you watched my video from my 2024 recap, but I mean, I pulled in 160K last year. So I don't know what kind of money you're looking to make. And I'm not saying those results are going to be typical of everyone, but you can definitely make a good living off it. I wouldn't be doing it if not.
My business is at a point where I feel I have hit a ceiling as far as marketing. Next door business cards, door hangers, flyers, etc. Now do I go the route of paid ads?
Well, I don't know what your Google page and website look like, how long they've been set up, but if you've got good SEO working with those, that should be a pretty good lead magnet for you. Again, I don't know what your setup's like. If you've got a wrap on your trailer or your van, that's going to be where I would put my money into before I would, go into paid ads. Flyers, not really a good return on time. If you are going to do flyers, don't go door to door. Go to like really high-end fitness centers, flyer the parking lot there, or really nice grocery stores like parking lots or high-end restaurant parking lots. People where clients with your potential clients would go that have a lot of money. Door to door is really tough because it's just not much return on that.
Mm-hmm. Juice free top star rinseless collab video coming soon. That would be sweet. Details official. What up, guys?
What's up? Sal and Joel.
Rad detailing community. What up? Proxima. Would you guys be down for a detailer's meetup, kind of like a detailer car show?
If it's in Vegas.
Camry. Glad you're here. I'm trying to talk these guys into rinseless, and I heard how much you love rinseless. Help me out.
I wonder if he's sponsored by like Rinseless Wash
He
or something.
probably
It's
is,
like, almost
bro.
like he invented it or something, right? He's like all upset.
Yeah. When did you do or did flyers? Are you handing them out, or when you did do flyers, are you handing them out in person or leaving them on vehicles?
No, again, handing them out in person doesn't really do you much good if you don't know the car that you're working with. For me, like when I would go to the gym, I would park as far at the end of the lot as possible. I'd take a stack of flyers with me and I'd make it a point to like flyer, 50 to 100 cars on my way into the gym every time I go. And again, you target the more high-end cars. Go to fitness centers that are expensive per month, a couple $100. Those are going to be the type of clients that you're looking for. Flyer those type of places. Don't go door to door. You're kind of wasting your time with that.
Thanks. That's definitely a career. Once I start detailing, I think a truck will be more convenient for my situation. He said details official said he just discovered rinseless. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Canyon State says 160K profit or gross.
That's gross. Yeah.
You wash any Raider players' cars?
Not any of the Raider players. I do a bunch of the Vegas Golden Knights players, a couple of NBA players, a couple of celebrities. Can't really name names on some of the people, but I got some pretty high-end clients out here in Vegas.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna hop off.
Yeah, it was a long day, man.
Yeah, we're both kind of getting pretty faded here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll do maybe like 3 more and then we'll get off. I appreciate that. Currently doing it out of a Toyota Sienna.
There you go. 35-star reviews.
Heck yeah.
That's good. Keep them going.
Learning more about SEO. No problem, Trell. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys aren't subscribed, do it, please.
Yep.
Thank you. Be good. Appreciate you, Kane. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we're going to be going live a lot more often. So.
Yeah. And I've got some more videos coming out over the next couple of weeks from the Coach Kemi training experience and some other content coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Good night, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. Good chatting with you.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Get out there and crush it this week. Peace.